Alright guys, how's it going? It's Thursday, the 16th of January 2020 and you're watching KopTalk.tv. Alright. Right, if you have supported me by becoming a member through my YouTube channel, you clicked on join underneath the video, you've seen that join down there. If you've done that, just to let you know that I'll be getting caught up this weekend on the shout out videos. I did mention this yesterday, but you might have missed it. Alright, so I just want to do an individual shout out to all those of you that are supporting me. Alright, as my way of saying thanks. Do you know what I'm saying? That'll be this weekend, guys. I'll get caught up on that, okay? I've just recorded a new episode of the KopTalk podcast for Thursday. That will be live now, or going live now. It gets syndicated. It goes on Spreaker first, and then it gets syndicated to Apple, to Google, TuneIn, Spotify, all that. If you want to subscribe to that, the free podcast, it's www.koptalkpodcast.com, and that has got all the blurb on it. I do a free episode on a Monday, a Tuesday, a Wednesday and a Thursday at 4 PM UK time to try and get a bit of organisation for you guys. I thought if I had it done by 4 o'clock, you'd be able to listen to it on your way home from college, work, whatever, in the car, on the bus, whatever. Do you know what I'm saying? There is an episode on a Friday at 4 PM also, but that's for people that want to support the podcast. KopTalkPodcast.com has all the info. What I would like to do is see some of you guys email the podcast, all right? Because you are like my peoples, you're like my family. It's podcast@koptalk.com. LFC opinions, questions, whatever, and I guarantee they will be read out on the next episode. So if you email me on Monday, they will be read out on the Tuesday. They will never be read out on a Friday because you might not, subscribe to the Friday episode. All right, guys. So I hope that helps. What I did talk about heavily on the podcast today, more in depth, I'm going to talk about on here. I don't want to repeat myself again. I don't think it's necessary. Is Sandro Tonali. Now, I'm sure you've seen these reports. This is very exciting for me, okay? We have discussed Sandro Tonali before. I'm sure we have. I know for a fact I have on the KopTalk VIP members website. I'm absolutely certain that we'll have mentioned it on here. From memory, at the time, it was about a year ago. It was he was playing for the Brescia B. No, he was playing in Serie B with Brescia. He's a midfielder. There is new claims basically that Liverpool are preparing a £42.7 million bid for him. If you're wondering why it's 42.7 million sterling, that's because that's 50 million euros. Okay, that's converted. The Daily Mirror are running with it today, the Daily Mail, and I think it's been mentioned previously in the week. But I'm saying this out of no disrespect to the journalists involved, but they are not names usually associated to Liverpool Football Club. Therefore, they are not what I would say like the credible, certain journalists that say things and you think, I'll keep an eye on that. That's not being disrespectful to these guys at all. But I'm just being, if you're just wondering how credible these reports are, these aren't your usual suspects for reporting things like this to you. Now, that doesn't mean anything, because what I can tell you is that Sandro Tonali has been on Liverpool's radar for years. I can guarantee you right now for a fact that Liverpool have scouted him, right? I've got a bit of history on this kid. I know a bit about him. Do you know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you, I haven't tracked him this season because I haven't watched any Italian football this season. Why that is, I don't know. I just think I haven't had the time. I don't know. Time just seems to be flying past very fast at the moment. But I can tell you that Liverpool were definitely interested in this boy. And as I think you'll see in this article in a moment, the Brescia president or owner of the club has previously confirmed that Liverpool have held talks with him, inquiries, if you like, about his availability. We're going to be touching on that in a moment. If you do the football index, which I'm not going to waffle on to you about explaining what that is. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to KopTalk.com, the front page. It says extras on the top right. There's an article there about the Football Index. Brilliant platform, really, really good. If you do the Football Index, you'll know that I advise you to buy into him, not for financial reasons. I'm not a financial advisor. Just saying what I was doing. I bought shares in Sandro Tonali when they were very cheap, and I made a significant bit of money on him after I then started talking about him and he was getting picked up in the media and things like that. So he's made a few bob for me. I thought he was destined for greatness, and I think this player could become an amazing player if his progress continues as it is. So for me, seeing his name mentioned with Liverpool again is something that certainly alerts me. What I can't do is tell you whether or not our interest that is being claimed in these reports is genuine. We can't do that at the moment. No one's talking. No one credible in the media is mentioning it. I'm not dissing these guys that are reporting it. I'm just saying the usual suspects that we would want to hear it from are not saying anything at the moment. But that doesn't mean that it's not true. Closer to home, in terms of sources at Liverpool Football Club, no one's chatting at the moment. But the last that I heard was that we were scouting him, Liverpool were watching him. So this to me makes perfect sense. Now, what it says in this report, this particular report in the Daily Mirror, says the Reds are again being linked with a move for the Italian midfielder, who was the topic of discussion in a conversation with the former Leeds owner Massimo Cellino. Is that his name? Is that how you pronounce it? You know what I'm like with names. A year ago, it says Liverpool are again being linked with a move for the 19-year-old Brescia midfielder Sandro Tonali, or Tonali, maybe, would it be Italiano, as Jurgen Klopp looks to the future. He's picked up 3 senior Italy caps last year. Impressive form, getting them promoted into Serie A. Lots of clubs, be tracking him, and he's likened a lot to Andrea Pirlo. He's also from the same town, if memory serves me right. But Juventus is ahead of everybody apparently in trying to sign him. They're desperate to sign him. I think what I researched earlier was that Inter Milan wanted him, but were put off by this valuation. But Corriere dello Sport are citing Liverpool as a possible destination should he leave. And there's also another Italian publication, I can't remember the name, it slips me, that is mentioned in the Daily Mail article that I've read. They too are mentioning Liverpool as a possible destination. And they're not really talking about other clubs. I mean, other clubs have been linked with him. Man U, Man City, Chelsea, the usual suspects. But it's Liverpool that they're saying he could end up at. And that probably stems back to the previous conversation, which is what's claimed here. I'm going to make a claim to you now, right? It says Brescia owner Massimo Cellino, formerly of Leeds United, is said to want at least 50 million euros, 42.7 million sterling for Tonali, having previously claimed Liverpool have spoken to him about the midfielder. That claim there is true. Massimo did last year claim that Liverpool had spoken to him about the midfielder. Now, whether that's true or not, I don't know. We don't know that. Only he knows that. But he went on record saying Liverpool have spoken to me about him. And in January last year, he said Liverpool, had called him again about the talented teenager, having sent a scout to watch him play. We have definitely scouted him. Please do a bit of research on him if you've forgotten him. If if you missed what I've spoke about in the past with him, please look him up on YouTube. He's a good player. He excites me. There's not many players that do. The reports in the Daily Mail, which is they're all covering each other, are basically the same sort of claims that are made in this article. And the reason I mentioned it to you today is to say, look, guys, he was definitely on Liverpool's radar a while back. Now, I'm looking here. I did some. I looked at these when I was doing the podcast. The 24th of January 2019, Liverpool boss Jurgen Klopp is tracking the progress of Brescia youngster Sandro Tonali, 18-year-old midfielder at the time, because of his performances in Serie B, likened to Pirlo and also Daniele De Rossi. And Liverpool have made approaches about his availability, and this has been confirmed by the Brescia president, which we've just spoken about. And we, KopTalk, believe that Liverpool's inquiry was made towards the end of 2018. Following on from that, at the end of that month in January, Italian football expert David Amayol claimed Liverpool are interested in signing him. KopTalk revealed last week that Klopp was tracking him. However, some sections of the media claim that negotiations were underway with Liverpool trying to broker a deal this month, but KopTalk did not believe that to be the case at the present time. Again, that was over a year ago. And Amayol, this Italian football expert, who says Tonali, who has been deemed the new Andrea Pirlo by those in his homeland, is, quote, definitely on Klopp's radar. He said this player's got a lot of hype. He kind of looks like Pirlo. He plays for Brescia, which is Pirlo's hometown. There's many clubs interested in him, multiple clubs in the Premier League. Liverpool's definitely one of them. Brescia's president is asking for a huge return. As it stands, Juventus and Inter are still the favourites, but definitely Liverpool are in the mix. Bearing in mind the latest is that Inter are supposed to have pulled out. How concrete their interest is and how close they are now remains to be seen, meaning Liverpool, I don't get the vibe it's that close either way, which basically falls into what we thought. Tonali's value on the Football Index a year ago, I put here, has increased by 38% per share Since we reported our interest in him up, and he made a few quid like we did by snapping him up, his value could continue to soar. So we will continue to buy stock in him. It would appear that a big future lies ahead for the midfielder. So he is definitely a player that I would be quite happy to see coming in. And I think that's all I've got to say about Tonali. Is that right? I'm just wondering if there's anything else I needed to add about him. No, I think that basically sums things up, guys, on that front. So I'd have a little mooch about YouTube. I know YouTube can make anyone look good. Even I've seen a video on there about Jimmy Traore once and made him look fucking brilliant. But it was like Bambi on ice in all reality. But he's a very good player. I do believe Liverpool, there could be something in this. But I've got to be honest with you, I don't know the current state of play. Nobody's saying anything. But the reports excited me. I wanted to say to you, if you've seen it, do you remember that this was brought up to you a year ago? And basically say, yeah, we've definitely scouted him before, so he's a name that I think you should monitor. Okay, we get linked with players every day of the week, guys, and you know that I don't make videos about all of them, and you certainly don't see me like being quite buzzed up about things. And I really like this kid. I do like him. But I haven't seen him this year. I've got to be honest. When I say this year, we're actually, I should say this season. Okay, but it sounds like he's doing well from everything that I'm reading, and I can see why those clubs would be interesting. But Juventus appear favourites. Would Liverpool go out and spend that sort of money? I have no idea. But it's something that we need to continue to monitor. It's something that is high up on my agenda again. And I will be watching all reports about him very closely in the meantime. Okay, if you have been watching any of his progress recently, if you've been watching any Italian football, I would love you to contribute. I could maybe. I do know that the article that was in the Daily Mail today. I'm quickly trying to find this for you without making you wait too long, because I was just thinking there was some stats. I know for a fact there was some stats in the article. Where's the Daily Mail? There we go. There is some stats in this one, guys, which might interest you. I don't think they were over impressive though, but hang on. Inter Milan have already opted against the move for him due to the FT valuation. Alright, so far this season he's scored 1 goal in 18 games, who are currently for Brescia, who are currently in the relegation zone. That's an important factor that I missed out so far. So that is important, that they're in the relegation zone. But so 1 in 18. But it says, that being said, the midfielder is still impressive enough to be called up to the Italian national team. He made his debut in October against Liechtenstein, 3 caps under Mancini. Played 90 minutes in both November's games against Bosnia and Herzegovina and Armenia. All right, so there's nothing more to add. Please just listen out for him, and that's about it. All right, so I'll be back with you tomorrow. Hopefully, I hate tempting fate. I'll be here with you tomorrow. I think I'm going to go live tonight on KopTalk TV about 7 p.m. UK time. If you want to come along and have a natter with me. I just want to give a quick mention to someone that posted a comment from Australia regarding the live streams. So you can turn off now if you're not interested. I don't think, you know what I'm like though, I'll probably start talking about Timo Werner in a minute. Where is he? Oh God, where's that kid? Oh, I don't know. What a shame. I wanted to reply to him. He's an Australian. That's 22 hours ago. No. Basically, he was just saying that. There we are. LFC Oz. He says, sorry, I'm missing your live streams, Dunk. They start at 7 a.m. here in Australia. Hard for me due to work, but I still love you, mate. Listen, I love you too. And if you can let me know a time that would work for you, that is possibly still in a time zone that can work for me, I don't mind staying up late or getting up super early to do a stream for you. All right? Because stuff like that, I like that. Do you know what I mean? You're acknowledging that you would like to take part. So if you could let me know, don't forget I'm on the Madrid time zone. So if you can compare the Madrid time zone to your time zone and say, don't, I need you to be on here, whatever. Let's see if we can make it work. All right? I'll do that for you, brother. All right, guys, I'm going to get off. If you want to support my channel, it would be very much appreciated. Click join below this video, and you can claim various YouTube perks and start WhatsApping me as well. All right, guys. Right, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. All right.